This episode is brought to you by Indeed. Stop waiting around for the perfect candidate. Instead, use Indeed sponsored jobs to find the right people with the right skills fast. It's a simple way to make sure your listing is the first candidates see. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs have 4 times more applicants than non-sponsored jobs. So go build your dream team today with Indeed. Get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back to the Skating Penguin Network, everyone. It has been a while, but we are back and back behind the mic and ready to catch you up on some Olympic hockey and some Penguins news as the Olympics have now closed. The Penguins are just 2 days away from returning. The NHL, I believe, resumes on Wednesday. But before we dive into any of that, I know it's been a while since you've heard us, so we'll catch up here a little bit. Right now on the East Coast, I avoided the worst of the blizzard that came through. We just got about 2 or 3 inches, nothing too bad. I'm a little too far west to get the major impacts. But Snail on the other end of the line, as always, how are things out in the Pacific Northwest? Warm, cold, snowy, rainy? What is the situation out there, and how have things been since the last time we talked?
Yeah, man, things are okay out here as far as the Pacific Northwest goes. It's not bad. It's not great. Right now it's about 6:25 p.m. on Monday the 23rd. It's 42 degrees, and it's just kind of wet out there, a little foggy.
Yeah,
we're right near a lake, Lake Washington, and one of the bigger lakes in the state, and it's we get a very wet ecosystem right here. Sometimes we stave off the snow because it's just a little bit warmer. So we're just kind of in that weird little, fortunately, no frost on the ground, no freezing weather, but just kind of uncomfortably cold and wet outside. Yeah, it's been an interesting week. We had a scare with our family dog there for a couple days. So my schedule got flipped upside down. Dog pulled through. Dog is doing good. So there's that. And then, other than that, man, yeah, life's been pretty uneventful, which is kind of a good thing, especially when there's been Olympic hockey on, sleeping schedules are off. If you're a hockey fan like us, you're doing what you can to try to catch some of those games. Considering 4 more years until we get to see these games again, it's kind of weird to think.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, yeah, things are good. So glad to hear you guys are staying a little bit warmer than the rest of the rest of the state there, because I know things are quite chilly out east right now.
Yeah, it's definitely the brutal cold weather has kind of subsided, but we got hammered with some snow these last few days. So yeah, I mean, it's still winter, it's still February. We did get some actually unseasonably warm weather. We were in 60 one day. But wow. Thankfully, yeah, it was very unseasonably warm. But thankfully, we are kind of at the end of the tunnel. There's definitely a light there. We just have to get through these next few weeks, I think, and we'll be set. We're about 4 weeks from when that groundhog was out. So
has it been 4 weeks since Puxatawny?
It'll be about 3 weeks. It was 3 weeks today, actually. So yeah, the beginning of next week we'll be at 4 weeks. Well past the midway point of our 6-week guess. So yeah, we're making it. We're surviving. But yeah, sleep schedules across the nation thrown into disarray with the Olympic Games, and in the end, a thrilling overtime victory for the United States to take gold, the first one since 1980, 46 years over Canada, the gold medal game we all expected. The tournament, I would say, shook out for most part the way we expected outside of Slovakia, kind of playing spoiler there for a while, making it to the bronze medal game and finishing in 4th place. Finland takes home bronze. Sweden did not have a great tournament. And yeah, I mean, from the men's side, I mean, at the very least, extremely entertaining hockey, kind of what we all expected. The 4 nations, definitely an appetizer to what we saw here. But no, in the end, Jack Hughes plays hero. Connor Hellebuck does what he has done his entire career, basically. And in the end, we're treated to a lot of good hockey over the past little over 2 weeks. And yeah, the NHL is coming back, but hey, I mean, I'm glad the pros were back in the Olympics because it made for one heck of a entertaining tournament.
It was an entertaining tournament, and something that, Robbie, I wanted to bring up with you, and I wanted to know because, like, you know, a lot of us laid eyes on these games. I certainly did. I was getting up at odd hours or whatever to try to catch some of these games or watch replays of them. Dude, some of these other countries are getting better. It's not like it was in the earlier 2000s, 2010s, or whatever, where some of these teams would just be, you know, basically friendlies, like just get through the game healthy because, you know, these guys don't really pose a threat. Czechia is good, man.
Yeah,
I mean, they've kind of been good. Germany is a lot more of a threat than they used to when you've got Moritz Seider and Leon Draisaitl and you know, Stutzel and former Penguin. God, what's that little guy? Not Dominic Kubalik. What's his name? Cahoon. Dominic Cahoon.
Oh, yeah.
He's over there still making some noise in Europe. Just the competition's getting a lot better. And when you have the NHL players, you know, when you sprinkle in a couple NHL players on some of these rosters that have basically just, you know, guys that got to go back to work once the Olympics is over, it really does bolster these lineups a bit. Don't you think that the competition, you know, Canada, US, Sweden, Finland, I would take them out of that conversation because they're going to kind of show up and they've got more depth there. But some of these other countries, you got to admit that the competition has risen a bit for some of these guys.
Oh, there's so much. I said that to my dad. Even like, there's just so much talent everywhere, and that just shows you how deep. Like, there's guys that 10 years ago would have been playing at least in the AHL. That the AHL is so talented now that they stay in their home countries. And like, yeah, there's probably some that could make the jump, but they probably get paid a little bit better to play in their home country, closer to their family and stuff. But there's so much. There's guys I'd never heard of and will maybe never hear of again that were playing. I mean, the biggest games of their lives against guys like Nathan McKinnon and Connor Hellebuck and all these great players, and just out there having fun. I mean, Italy, even, like, nobody thinks of them as a hockey nation, but they went out and they were scrappy. Latvia always causes problems at these tournaments. Just made things a little messy for some teams. Slovakia just kind of, Juraj Slafkovský, a big game performer in these kind of tournaments. So, yeah, a lot of just guys that don't necessarily ever get a chance to shine on this stage. Yeah, they're probably a lot of these guys from like Czechia or Slovakia. Like, some of these guys are probably absolute rock stars in their home countries, and we'll never get to see them. But there's just so much hockey talent across the world now that it's just going to make these tournaments better. And I hope we get more of them outside. I know the World Cup is in 2 years. I really hope that we get some of these teams, this format where we get teams like a Denmark or a Latvia or a Germany, they get to perform and show out because some of these guys are just really good players, and maybe they end up playing themselves into a shot overseas. But I mean, overall, just there wasn't, again, some of the games were lopsided, but I think none of the games to me were just downright hard to watch. It wasn't, like you said, no friendly kind of atmosphere where maybe a team just lets off the gas after 40 minutes just to I mean, you had teams because of the tiebreakers. You had Canada dumping 11 on a team. You had Finland dumped, I think, a bunch on a team. Just a crazy the way it all worked out. But no, I was entertained pretty much every game I watched. It's fast. There no complaints about the ice. If that ice surface was smaller than a normal ice surface, you didn't hear many complaints about it. My only complaint and my only nitpick with the whole thing. Maybe just for the knockouts, man, you can't be doing 3-on-3 overtime in elimination scenarios. I did not like that. For the gold medal game or any knockout game, if you wanted to do it for the group games, a 10-minute 3-on-3 and then a shootout if necessary, it just, to me, for the knockouts, it should have been 5-on-5 for until somebody won. And that was my only real complaint about it all. But in the end, if that's the worst complaint I have, then I'd say it's a pretty good tournament. And to me, it was. I was highly, highly entertained and was not disappointed by the quality of play. I thought everything was clean. I thought everybody was out there giving their all and playing for pride, and just a well of a good time.
It was a good time. It's I just don't know how you ever go back to an all-star game after these last 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, you got to figure out something. You got to give us something to keep the juices flowing, because you get that taste and you just don't want it to go away.
I mean, could you imagine next year when it comes to February and they say, we're going to do a skills competition and a shoot and an all-star game, East versus West? Like, I don't know. No one's going to watch that. I'm sorry. I just don't think that there's a stomach for it after what you've seen these last 2 years. But like you said, World Cups in 2 years, maybe they do a palate cleanser and remind you just how boring February is during that break, and then you get back to it next year. But let's hope not. Man, yeah, that was one heck of a tournament. The Olympics overall were pretty entertaining. Winter Olympics are my favorite of the two. There's just so much odd stuff happening. I love curling. I've never played curling before. I've never gone. But I'm highly entertained by it. It's like a mix of bowling and darts, but on an ice surface. Yeah. And it's goofy, but it's subtly goofy to make you kind of. I just watch in fascination, like the whole rolling that rock down and like just the yelling and the intense like sweeping of that ice surface. It's just one of the most entertaining games to be watched, I think. And I love it. I forget what it's called, but there's the one where you basically hike on skis and you've got a rifle on your back.
Biathlon. Yeah.
That is just, I mean, that they just turn daily life for people who live in the Arctic Circle into a sport. They go,
basically,
you leave the house on some sort of snowshoe every day, and I'm sure because there's polar bears, you take a gun with you.
You have some kind of
weapon,
then
one day they were like, let's just turn this into some sort of a race, and they did. And then
let's put a clock on it.
Yeah, let's time these guys. You can see the best of the best are all from those countries, like Norway. I think. Like Norway, Sweden, whatever. If Canada, probably. These people that live up in the cold all year. And then Olympic hockey is just, when the pros are there, it's
so good.
It's pretty unmatched, and it's the one thing I wish that. I thought you were going to go 3-on-3 overtime. I agree with you, but I thought you were going to go. I thought you should have let that Cronin guy and Tom Wilson fight. I think that you should allow fighting. If another team team's got a guy that's willing to go and there's a reason to, I mean, I don't see why not.
I don't know who that dude was. I never heard of him.
Penguins should maybe give him a PTO.
He was not small by any means. And I did not expect a fight in any sort of situation in these games. But hey, someone was willing to dance with Tom Wilson, and Tom Wilson was more than willing to oblige him. And I don't see again, if you allow it, it's not going to just start happening all the time. I think that's kind of what people think that's what it's going to be. But it was physical. It was just good hockey. And as for the Olympics as a whole, I mean, you got guys hey, what if we put you the top of this really tall building with skis and you just jump off of it and see how far you can fly?
Yeah.
You had, like you said, the curling. There was arguments about touching the rock, and Sweden and Canada were fighting there. Curling's it put
literally you, it almost got almost ugly on the, what do you call that surface in curling?
Court. I don't know.
The court, the pitch. I don't know, but there was some boiling blood there.
Yeah, I mean, there was F-bombs being dropped
live TV,
on live television. But curling puts you in kind of like a trance. Like
it does.
You're not like you like feel like you're not watching it, and then the next thing you know, like 45 minutes go by, and you're just like, I've been watching this for 45 minutes. I don't even know what happened. Like
it's like watching poker or something like that. All of a sudden, you're just like, holy crap, here we are, and the game's over.
You're gonna put it on for noise, and then an hour later, you're like, he's got to place this here to block this one and knock these out. Like, and then I mean, their upper bodies have to be absolutely burning the way they sweep that ice.
For sure.
Yeah, very entertaining sports, very unusual sports. It's just like the Summer Olympics, you have running, swimming, jumping, and the Winter Olympics are like, let's see how fast you can ski down this hill without hopefully dying. But
let's see how fast you can march up this hill on skis.
And then shoot this gun
at
these tiny little targets. Deeply entertaining. But the hockey was so good, and it was just such a satisfying tournament. It lived up to, I think, everything we were kind of expecting, but there is a negative that we have to talk about in all this, and it comes from Canada, and it involves the Pittsburgh Penguins, specifically their captain, Sidney Crosby. I will preface this by saying I wanted the United States to win this tournament. They did. I was absolutely shattered, heartbroken for Sidney Crosby. Not that he didn't win, that he couldn't be the one to, like, he didn't have a say in any of it. He hurt his knee against Czechia, and he wanted to play so bad. And it was just, I just wish he could have gotten the opportunity to be out there to affect the game in some way, because of everybody, he deserved it. And from a Penguins perspective, I kind of hold your breath, because we don't know exactly how this is all going to pan out, because they have a bunch of big games coming up here starting Thursday. But it kind of sucked to see Crosby, for multiple reasons, go down in this tournament.
Did you see the hit?
Yeah, he was hit like three times, kind of.
He had a tough. Gudis gave him the business on that shift.
Yeah,
I will say my first reaction, Robbie, I don't know what yours was. I thought it was bad. It's not like it was, the knee buckled in a way that you don't like to see, especially in hockey. And the fact that he kind of took some contact a little bit later, and just the laboring, I mean, it kind of reminded me a little bit of, God, it would have been, 2009. Was it, who was it? Was it Kronwall? Was it Rafalski, or
it might have been Franzen.
It was Franzen. You're right. It was Franzen.
Pinched him against the boards, and it twisted his knee.
So it wasn't the same type of hit, but it reminded me of that, where it looked like it was bad enough to where it actually affected him. But you're like, he's probably fine, right? And if Sid isn't going, it's bad.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, if Sid's not going, like that guy with they can shoot it. They can shoot you up with some stuff to kind of take away that pain.
Yeah, they got all the good stuff.
But if they don't do that, if it can cause more damage. So my immediate thought was like, that's an ACL or an MCL sprain, maybe. I don't know if it was like a tear. If it's a sprain, you could do more damage to it. If it was torn, I mean, you saw, who's that skier that had a torn ACL?
Lindsey Vonn.
Lindsey Vonn just said, I'm going for it. I have no ACL right now. And you saw what happened, because there's no more damage that could get done. A sprain, you don't want to risk the tear. So that's what went through my mind, Robbie. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to pretend I'm a doctor either. I saw a lot of doctors online telling everybody what exactly went on with his knee right there. Not going to do that. But like you said, it was heartbreaking. I almost felt like that gold medal game going into it, when they announced it about 7 a.m. Eastern time, it was like 4 a.m. over here. Yeah. When I saw that they had announced that Sid was out for that game, I'm not going to lie, Robbie, and people can hate if they want. I almost didn't. I felt like it was kind of like almost unfair. I was like, this isn't going to be a real gold medal game. Like, if you don't have Sid I mean, that's a huge piece missing. You know, I know
Yeah,
Braden Point missed, and someone got to take his place. Morrissey hadn't played. I don't even know if Morrissey played any games. Like, did he play one game for
he
Canada? I
got
don't
hurt.
even
He got hurt in the first game. Yeah,
the first game. Those guys kind of hurt your roster when you're missing those kinds of players. Sidney Crosby, I mean, you might as well be taking like McDavid out or something like that. Like,
yeah.
it almost felt like it was like, wow, the US really has a chance here to take advantage, because Nick Suzuki's a fine player, Robbie, but I think Sid goes out there and he makes a difference in a game like this. I think he goes out and makes a difference when he's got Marner and Stone on that line. So I don't know. It was just it was hard. And yeah, you go deeper. You think about Sid, what Mr. Captain Canada, man. Like Canada has like a perfect record when he's in the lineup. Like when it comes to these types of international games, has he ever lost anything as a captain of a Canadian team? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I don't know if he was captain in 2014. He might have been.
I think he was captain. No. Okay, maybe not cap. Well, yeah, maybe captain, but if he's on a Canadian roster, if he's on a Canadian roster, they don't lose.
No, we're not really. Yeah.
I think you could count maybe the Young Guns. Technically, he didn't win remember it was like Young Guns versus team like North America.
Oh, that, yeah. I mean, but they still won that entire tournament though. In the end, they just lost that game.
Oh, they won that tournament?
Yeah, they just lost that game.
Oh,
that was insane. Yeah. No, they won that tournament, the last World Cup of Hockey. No, they won that entire tournament, but no, I mean, yeah, I just wanted him to play. I know that, yeah, as a United States fan, I shouldn't have cared either way, but like, I'm a Crosby fan too, and I wanted to see him on the ice. I just wanted him to have that shot. I hope he can maybe play in the World Cup of Hockey in 2 years, because I want him to get a proper international send-off, because he doesn't deserve that. But in the end, that is how the cookie crumbles, I guess. But shifting to a Penguins perspective, man, you just got to hope it's just a mild sprain. Like, if he was that close to maybe going in this tournament, perhaps he wasn't too far. He isn't as bad as what many think it could have been. It definitely doesn't seem like it's a tear. Obviously, I think that would have been a full-on shutdown, not even practicing kind of thing. But now, I mean, Thursday night, you're back at it against Jersey. Does he play? I'm interested to see what happens if he's back at practice. I'm assuming tomorrow. Any kind of update or evaluation. My guessing is it's going to be lower body day to day, which is not really satisfying, but I guess it's better
day to day for like 2 months, really.
Yeah. But I guess it's better than out longer term, week to week. So that's my hope. But based on him at least being in position to possibly play in these games for Canada, maybe it's not as severe as we thought. Maybe he misses this weekend and then is back before the real meat of March hits.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, don't they play like 16 games in the month of March?
17 in 31 days, I believe.
17 games in 31 days. So I honestly, like, the Penguins, it's, you hate to be too optimistic, but they're in a good position right now.
Yeah.
Malkin's over a point a game, and he's rested and healthy. Like, a
lot of guys are rested and healthy, thankfully.
Rust, you can throw, and don't forget, secret weapon Avery Hayes is back with the Penguins. So, Sid can maybe take a seat. I would personally, Robbie, I don't know where you sit with this, but no matter, like, if it's like a day-to-day type of thing where he's got maybe a mild sprain on that knee of some sort, I would rather Sid be as rested as possible and able to kind of be closer to 100% if it means being out longer term, as opposed to him coming back during that clump of games, that 17 and 31. I'd rather him be as close to 100 as possible for that stretch of games, because once you get to, I mean, the trade deadline is in, it's like
Next Friday, the 6th.
So, yeah, basically like what, 2 weeks? A little less than 2 weeks?
Yeah, literally like 12 days.
12 days. So, I'd be all for Sid just, resting, getting that thing up, getting that knee as healthy as possible. You know how Gino is. I mean, Gino is 39 years old, but he's point a game this year. You don't think Gino's going to step up and make some noise for this team for like, I hope he doesn't have to step up and be the man for like a month, but for like, if we're talking like maybe 5 games.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, obviously getting him rested, whatever was bothering him, hopefully is as healed as you can get after 3 weeks off. But yeah, I mean, if Gino was having a season like okay, this is clearly the end, then yeah, I would be much more concerned. But if he can go out, and I mean, he's done it before with Crosby out, he has buckled down and been their superstar, and that is what they need. If Sid is out of the lineup for any time period, and then you got Rust healthy and ready to go. The young guns, McGroarty, I don't think he got called back up, but you have to think that he won't be too far behind. Avery Hayes, who played 1 game in the NHL, scored 2 goals, and then has literally not stopped scoring since.
Dude, did he have 2 hat tricks?
He has 2 hat tricks during his time in Wilkes-Barre after his NHL debut. I think somebody said in his last 10 professional games, he has 10 goals. He's just absolutely playing with a ton of confidence and getting him just as much ice time as possible. He's clearly ready for the NHL. I mean, there's no more seasoning that can really be done. So what they got to do is, if Crosby's out, distribute the load, let Malkin do what he can do, and find ways to win. They found ways to win all season. Thankfully, they built themselves somewhat of a cushion, but March is going to be a heavy schedule. And yeah, if you can just if you can win with Crosby out of the lineup while he recovers, that makes a lot less pressure for pretty much anything thereafter.
Yeah, totally, man. And I think that, God, it's going to be interesting to see this lineup construction. I'm going to just go ahead and assume Sid's going to be out. He's not coming back Thursday night when they play. You said New Jersey?
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be in the lineup. But, I mean, Kevin Hayes probably draws back into the lineup. You probably don't ask for a ton from him. God, who are the Penguins like? Who's their center depth right now? Because you've got Novak, he's fine up the middle, and you've got Gino. Ben Kindle, is Ben Kindle your number 1 center?
Well, at practice today, these were the lines.
Oh yeah, what do we got for lines today?
First line was centered by Rickard Rakell with Rust and Avery Hayes on the wings.
I don't like that one.
Yeah,
I don't like Rakell in the middle, man.
Yeah. But second line was Novak in the middle with Malkin and Chinnikov on the wings. Third line was Ben Kindle in the middle, flanked by Brazeau and Mantha, a line that was cooking before the break. And then your fourth line was your typical Lizotte is the center, Dewar Achari on the wings, and Kevin Hayes was the extra skater at practice. So, I mean, I think I'd try to bump. I'd give Kindle a run on that fourth line or first line, just to see, like, get Rakell off that wing. I mean, I guess maybe because Kevin Hayes is technically a center. So, like,
I think the Penguins have some abysmal record whenever Kevin Hayes is in the lineup.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because Kevin Hayes, I'm a fan of the person Kevin Hayes.
Yeah.
I think he's a great guy for the locker room. He's such a good sport. I mean, he's basically who in the past is a Penguin. Like, I don't know who you'd even compare him to, but he's barely playing any games, and I don't know. I do anything. I try to find a way to keep him probably still as your, break glass in case of emergency type of forward. I'd like to see Ben Kindle in at center, either at that 1 or 2 slot. And I guess, yeah, I can't. It shows it's been so long since we've talked about Penguins hockey. Gino's still not playing center, huh?
Not according to the wings or the lines of practice. He is on that line with center by Novak and then Chinnikov on the other side.
That line's been good. I guess
it has. Like
that line's
the thing is, like, as much as you might not adore the way it's set up, like it definitely the way that they were cooking before the break, it makes the most sense to go with this setup. And again, you get Avery Hayes on that first line. Raquel, not the best option at center, but like I think you just stack as much speed and offense up there as possible without Crosby and see what happens. You can always shift that. You can always shuffle stuff around to give it a little bit of juice. But I think that just straight up, I think giving Hayes that first line experience with guys like Raquel and Russ who can create things, if you can get open like Hayes can, then maybe good things happen.
That's a good point. That's a great point, actually. I think, dude, this Avery Hayes he's got me so excited. I think this guy, I mean, we talk about Ben Kindle being like a steal at the draft. And we they've got McGroarty, who I'm still waiting to take a big step. I think he's behind the 8 ball still from the start of the season. He started out the year injured. This Avery Hayes guy, I mean, like, he's not going to score 2 goals every game. He's not going to produce at this click forever, as optimistic as I am for him. But I mean, I can feel it in my loins, Robbie, that this guy might be just an absolute stud. Like, he's a buzzsaw out there. He hits, he's tenacious. Everything I've wanted in a hockey player for this team for so long seems to have just kind of appeared in this kid. And that's a lot to put on him. But at this point, why would any of us doubt him? Like, look at what he's doing right now. He basically just, he went to the AHL after his 2-goal performance, and he basically just absolutely dropped a dump on them and said, I don't even, get me out of here. This is a shinny game for me.
Yeah. And again, right now, he's not going to keep up that pace forever, but ride that hot hand, especially if you're a little shorthanded without Crosby. Just ride that hot hand, see if he can keep pouring in some goals. Or just
what would you do if he ended the year with 20 goals?
If he ended the year right now with 20 goals, he'd have to score slightly under a goal per game pace. I think he'd get Calder votes.
Yeah, he probably would.
I mean, 20 goals in the final 26 games would have to get you Calder votes. Like, that would be an unhinged scoring pace for a guy that literally just broke into the NHL. Like, that just came out of nowhere. Yeah.
Would he be technically a rookie next year?
I don't know what the cutoff is. He might be. I don't know if it's a half season or like, I know because that year Matt Murray won the cup in 2016. He was technically still a rookie the next year.
He had 2 Stanley Cups as a rookie.
Yeah, technically.
Which doesn't sound possible.
Yeah, he was qualified as a rookie that whole next year. I don't know what the exact cutoff is.
Is Shelov's a rookie?
I think he is a rookie now. He's fully past that though now with this season.
Fully past that with
I don't think he had enough time served prior to what he's done with the Penguins this year. I think he was technically still a rookie goaltender or a rookie based on how much he's played. So yeah, he's definitely a rookie or past the rookie. He'll be a quote unquote veteran,
a journeyman.
Next year.
A veteran.
Next year the rookie status. This is his rookie year. Ben Kindle obviously won't be a rookie next year, even though he'll only be like 19.
Yeah. He can't even drink in Canada.
Yeah, I mean, the dude, for an 18-year-old, we kind of forget about Ben Kindle over this break. You kind of forget about a lot of guys with everything being focused on the Olympics. When I saw Chinnikov's name there, I completely forgot to even mention him in the scoring. But Ben Kindle, been great this year.
You think Ben Kindle's on the Team Canada in 2020 or 2030?
2030. That's such a. Canada's so hard to pick because it's just so loaded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he continues to develop, you never know. Like, I mean, Brendan Morrow won a gold medal. Chris Kunitz won a gold medal. Like, there's gonna be those guys. Like, I think Ben Kindle can be better than like a Sam Bennett or Sam Reinhart. Different skill sets, but absolutely he can be a guy that that can be in that conversation with no question. And I'm interested to see what this break did for him because even though he's only 18, this is the first obviously pro action he's ever had. So he needed probably a cool down period just to like let his body recover, and hopefully he was able to just relax for the period where they couldn't do anything. And he comes back ready, rested, and start tearing it up again because, I mean, he's already exceeded every expectation. It would be great for him to keep that up.
Yeah, I think that the rest is such a weapon for a kid like that right now. I mean, I don't even know if he necessarily saw this season for him going this way. Like, you know, we didn't know if he was going to even get his full 9 games.
Yeah.
And here he is at the, you know, basically at the, we're getting close to the trade deadline, and this guy's been an every game player. I mean, he's been relied upon. So good stuff I mean, that's such a plus for the Penguins. It's like the exact type of player they needed in order to keep this kind of window open for Sid to do this quick retool, landed in their lap at pick number 11. And yeah, dude, it'll be interesting to see where he's at when they come back. I mean, you know that games are going to be sloppy for a couple of games just from coming off this break. Like, you know, there's guys well rested, been back at practice, but you've got some Olympians coming back who are going to be jet lagged. I mean, jet lag is real. And if you're playing, if you're in, Robbie, you know, like I know, we've traveled, we've been away from, you know, our current time zones for extended periods of time. Jet lag is something that will affect you in your daily life. Like it's unavoidable. But if you're a pro athlete and you're so ingrained in routines and you're physically exerting yourself the way that these guys are on a, you know, nightly basis, basically, and with the condensed schedule, it's inevitable there's going to be some sloppy games coming up here. So it'll be interesting to see how, you know, I would say after this first week back, then we'll get to kind of more the nitty of like where, you know, this is going to be kind of what we see going forward. So I'm hoping, you know, get guys like Ben Kindle, Rucker McGroarty, he needs to get going. I'm curious to see what this break has done from him getting, you know, top minutes in the AHL. I think that this is almost going to be, I mean, in a way it's, you know, it isn't, but it kind of is his training camp. Like, hopefully this is kind of his time to be no pressure. There's no NHL to get called up to. Go down to the AHL, play with your buddy Avery Hayes, and just dominate down there. And yeah, man, it's been huge for these guys.
Absolutely agree with that. Yeah, I mean, everybody's going to be various levels of rested, obviously, depending on how many people you had gone. But it's not. I mean, most teams were still fully intact. But I mean, coming out of this weekend, you have Jersey on Thursday. Saturday, you go to New York for a game against the Rangers, and then you come back home Sunday for a game against Vegas. So, I mean, these 3 games are going to tell you kind of a lot how things are going to kind of developing. Where are they at after these 3 games? Who's healthy? What did the rest do? Did they shake off the rust? I know Carlson and Raquel are already back in the States. So,
are they?
Yeah, they were.
I guess they didn't have a reason to stick around.
Raquel was the center at practice today, and Carlson was on.
Carlson say that, yeah, Carlson.
And Carlson was there too. So I mean, you got guys back. That jet lag's over. The only really question for the Penguins is Sidney Crosby. I mean, other than that, Shelov's is back, and everybody else was accounted for at practice today. No other injuries to worry about. So. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. The Penguins, they do play. It's obviously a busy month, but five of their first 7 games back from the break are at home before they go on a long road trip. So there's going to be chances to stack some points, and they're going to have to take advantage of that. I hear, but yeah, it'll be a good litmus test this first weekend here to see kind of where things stand and how they're playing, and maybe we get lucky and get Crosby back. But if not, hopefully guys like Malkin, Kindle, Raquel, Rust, Chinikov can step up, fill the void, and carry the team for a bit.
Absolutely. Which I think that those guys are going to keep clicking. I think when they kind of left on the break, I know that last game it was. That was the Avery Hayes show, but but that line of Chinikov centered by Novak with Malkin on the other wing, like, dude, that line's been money.
It has.
And Kindle playing with the two cement trucks on his wings with Brazeau and Mantha has been money. Mantha's been on a heater of all heaters. I think he might be. I don't know if he is right now or if he's getting close to his season high in goals.
He was.
I don't know if he's ever scored more than 22 goals or something like that in a season. I know he eclipsed the 20-goal mark a few games back. And
Mantha is at 20. His career high is 25.
Okay, so he's at 20. His career high is 25. Yeah. I mean, dude, at this rate, he's going to blow past that. There's questions surrounding Mantha too, man. Is he a guy I don't know if you re-sign him necessarily, but is he a guy you hang on to for a postseason type deal, or is he a guy you maybe he's an interesting case?
He is, and again, if you're serious about making the playoffs, a guy like that I think stays on your roster.
Big guy, kind of. He's kind of soft, but he can play physical when he needs to. Yeah, that's an interesting one for me because I think if the right offer comes across the table, he's a guy you maybe look at.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely think he's a guy that they will take calls on.
You take calls on him, exactly. But I think you're not looking for picks and necessarily for a guy like him. If you got a first round pick for a guy like him, do you sniff on that? I don't think so, man.
It's a good question. I think a guy like Mantha, you're seeing if you can get maybe some blue line help, like a hockey trade.
Yeah, that's a good point because I'm trying to even remember. God, who's down the right side right now? Carlson, Letang, and
Clifton? Who?
Clifton?
Yeah, Clifton. That's who it was.
Because St. Ivany, did he have surgery?
I think he's back, though. I think he's currently rehabbing.
He's rehabbing? He'll be back this season, right?
Yeah. He's not out for the year.
And then you've got Ryan Shea on the left.
And then Solianov.
Soliol, yeah. And it's like, Tony, I have no idea how to say his name. Yeah. Solovyov. And then you've got Kulak.
Yeah, but Kulak's a lefty.
Yeah,
and Wotherspoon, who obviously was playing great this season.
Parker Wotherspoon's playing great this year. Yeah, geez, God,
Letang.
I forgot half the roster already.
Letang, yeah, that's what I mean. I'm looking at some of these names. I'm like, oh, crap. I kind of just completely was so focused on, Olympic hockey that I completely just kind of blanked on, half the Penguins roster. But, yeah, I mean, Dan Muse looks like he's ready to get going.
Have you seen the movie Split?
Yeah, he kind of does look like the guy.
Doesn't Dan Muse look like Patricia in Split?
Yeah.
The Split Mind version that's Patricia.
Yeah.
I showed my sister a picture of him, and
isn't that James McAvoy?
What other movies has he been in? He's a great actor.
McAvoy? He was an X-Men. He's been in a lot of stuff. But yeah, he got now. As soon as you said that, my mind immediately went to who you're going to be talking about.
Yeah, that is him, James McAvoy.
Yeah, he looks like
Star Trek, X-Men.
Yeah, he looks exactly like, very similar, I should say, to Dan Muse. Yeah, in that movie.
Great flick, by the way. It's a scary flick. It's an eerie flick, but
he's in a couple movies as that character, isn't he?
Yeah, because there's
who else is in that movie? Is there Samuel L. Jackson in that movie?
I just know it has that one chick in it that's career took off. It's got Anna Taylor-Joy.
Oh, yeah, James McAvoy.
Oh no, Samuel Jackson's not in Split, but he's in. Is it called Unbroken? It's an M. Night Shyamalan trilogy type deal.
Yeah. Unbreakable? No, that's not
no. It is. Isn't that it? Unbreakable.
That's Bruce Willis. Oh yeah, Samuel L. Jackson's in that.
Samuel Jackson is like he's in a wheelchair in that. Oh, Glass, I think is what it's called.
No,
isn't it?
Glass is the movie I'm thinking of. Yeah, that
Glass.
Glass is Bruce Willis, James McAvoy, and Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah.
Great. I mean, say what I know that M. Night Shyamalan is a meme at this point. Like his movies are either head scratchers or just kind of fire. That whole like little universe of Unbroken, is Unbreakable, Split, and Glass.
Yeah.
If you guys are bored and just take a weekend and watch that, and it's a great little cinematic universe he's got cooking there.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan is kind of like you said, he is kind of a meme in a way, but like he's made some, good movies. Like
I like The Village, I think is what it was called.
Did you ever watch Signs?
Of course, man.
Great.
Our generation, Robbie, we were petrified by that, point.
Oh, that movie messed up a lot of people's brains. Absolutely.
What else has he made? Just since we're on the topic, because man, and I love how he's always.
Sense.
Oh, The Sixth Sense is a great film.
Great. Yeah, that's like his. What he's.
Have you seen The Visit?
No, I don't think I saw that on his.
Horrifying.
His line, but I don't remember. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Knock at the Cabin.
Knock at the Cabin. I've seen.
Lady.
Did you watch Trap? With
no, I haven't.
It's 2024. It has God, who is that? As soon as I see his name on it, who it is? Oh, Josh Hartnett and Salma Hayek.
Oh wait, no, I did see that.
Yeah, it's like he's like trapped to go into a concert or something like that with his daughter, and it's like
the FBI's there.
Yeah, that's a messed up movie.
That's a messed up movie too. Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan is a kind of a twisted guy. That's a twisted mind, but he's got some films that I would call them. You got to watch them, man. Like,
I think they're like, especially for people our age.
Yes.
It's definitely. Oh, that's right. Dave Bautista's in Knock at the Cabin.
No way.
That's right.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Dave Bautista, Rupert Grint, who played Ron Weasley in the Harry Potter movies. Just a very like all his movies have like a very just eclectic cast too. Like none of them. It's just a very odd group of individuals.
Yeah, I think like Kid Cudi, I think was in The Trap. Interesting guy. But
yeah. So if you're looking for movie recommendations, if you're snowed in, type in
M. Night Shyamalan and just go through that roster because there are some. I'd call him. I don't say must see, but gotta watch.
If you like a psychological thriller that's gonna give you kind of a chill, I don't want to say they're not like terror movies. But
no, and they're not gory either. It's not like you're watching Star or something.
It's more like it's psychological more than anything.
Absolutely. Psychological, slightly twisted, kind of gives you a chill, like you said. That's a great
they're called thriller movies.
Thrillers
is what which just makes sense.
I think
he made some he's been pretty solid all around. I do enjoy his stuff for the most part.
Totally, man. I forgot how we got on that topic, but it was Dan Hughes looked like Split.
We got from Split. So we end this episode with movie recommendations for you all. Snell, do you have anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
I just got to say, dude, we got to get. I'm ready for Penguin Talkie, dude. Like I am
man.
I've been itching for this. I need the when I stray from that schedule of having a hockey game on every 48 hours. It just throws off my whole world. We need to get back. Sidney Crosby needs to get healthy because we left off on a high note. The Penguins are in playoffs. Like
they are
today. They're playing the Islanders. And
Oof.
that is talk about a thriller. That is a M. Night Shyamalan movie. Them playing the actors right now. You've got Kendall. You'd have Schaefer. You've got the veterans. You've got Patrick Barzal behind the bench. It's just the makings of a thriller. But yeah, man, we need to get back to Penguins hockey. We need to get back to talking about the nitty-gritty details. We need to get back to nerding out on this team. That's what I've got to say, man. I'm ready to get back to it. Get back to the grind of covering this hockey team because yeah, man, it's too we're in February. Like we're supposed to be talking about this right now, but we've been watching Olympics for 3 weeks, so
it's time to start talking Penguins hockey again.
The trade deadline. We're gonna have a trade deadline episode, dude.
We are.
The Penguins have picks to play with. The Penguins have. I mean, dude, if this Avery Hayes guys is the real deal, you've got expendable players that are on good contracts that could get you something you really need. Like, it's a scenario we haven't been in as fans for a few years now.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun couple weeks, and it all starts on Thursday night for the Penguins, at least. The NHL does resume on Wednesday, but Thursday, the Penguins are back with the New Jersey Devils, and then the Rangers and Golden Knights over the weekend. So it's gonna be a heavy March. A lot of hockey. You said a game every 48 hours. Sometimes it's going to be even less than that for the Penguins. They have a long road trip in there.
They've got that heavy road trip.
Yeah,
their strength of schedule is one of the toughest, probably.
It's going to be a very, very difficult March. But if they can come out on the other side looking good, I think we're going to be watching playoff hockey in Pittsburgh again. So. Yeah, I'm excited to be back.
Robbie, if they make the playoffs, I'm telling you right now, I'm coming to Pittsburgh.
Oh, boy.
I'm coming to Pittsburgh.
Snail's coming to Pittsburgh if they make the playoffs.
Tell Brian, I hate Brian, if you're listening, I need to get you. I've got 2 pages of DMs I still need to respond to. I'm coming to Pittsburgh. We're going to kidnap Garrett, and I'm going to hit his shins with a golf club and give him shin splints again, and we're going to go out drinking.
All right, you heard the man. Penguins are back in action on Thursday. The push for the playoffs is about to officially be underway. It's going to be fun. It's been a long time since we've had this kind of feeling. Obviously, they had the excitement of the Alex Nedeljkovic bender from 2 years ago, but this is a serious one that will live in infamy. Yes, this is a serious playoff push. For the Penguins right now. And it starts Thursday night against Jersey. So Snail, if you got nothing else,
let's get out of here because we'll be back soon.
Yeah, we'll be back on Thursday after that game to wrap it up. Hopefully starting this part of the season, the post-Olympic part of the season on a high note. But for now, for Snail, I'm Robbie. We'll talk to you guys later this week. Good to be back, and let's go Pens.
Let's go Pens.